Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first live Q&A session with LeafIt. And with me this evening, I'm going to have our CEO, Lawrence Sowell, our executive founder, Mike Green. We have a special guest and field leader, Paul Ankersmit, which will also be on the call with us this evening. And matter of fact, Paul, are you with me now?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Paul, if you can go ahead and just start welcoming people as you see them come on the line. It looks like we got quite a few people here from all over the world. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Mike, share. Hey, Rob, I know you got one more thing you want to do before we get started. So let me just see if we can get everybody to understand the Q&A panel. If you guys want to jump in real quick and say hi, tell us where you're calling from. I always love doing that so we can show everybody. I'll read a list off here. If you just want to jump in your Q&A box and say, yeah, this is Bob from, and actually the first one was Kathy. Kathy, you're fast. So what have we got, guys, tonight? We've got Aberdeen, Maryland, Crystal. We've got Kathy from Utah. Uh-oh, you guys are going too fast now. You do that every time. Hold on a second. Let me make this. I think this is going to be another one of those record calls. We didn't get an email out till late, but, man, you guys figured it out, and we've got everybody and their brother registering right now. So let's start over again. Okay, we got Teresa from upstate New York. We've got Revere, Massachusetts. Jonathan, what's up? We got James from Sydney, Australia. Herbert from Georgia. Steve from Connecticut. Skip from Butte. Skip, what the heck's going on? Pamela from Minnesota. Daryl from Montreal. Dr. Fran from Palm City. Devin from Chicago, Estelle from the UK. Hey, Estelle, what's going on? James from Aspen Hill, Maryland. Tim from Mexico. Martin from the UK. Man, I know it's late in the UK, Martin. What is it, 2 o'clock in the morning? You are a trooper. Margaret from New Jersey. Tammy from Georgia. I'm just going to go Georgia, sorry. Jeff from Des Moines, Iowa. We've got Martin from Roswell, Georgia. Don from Hawaii. Ren from Norwich, Connecticut. Alan from the UK. Sandra from Queens, New York. Jane from Springdale, Washington. Rial from Michigan. Teresa from Charlotte, North Carolina. Lisa from New Jersey. Gus from Las Vegas, baby. I like that, Gus. Daryl from Montreal. Jerry from Kellogg, Idaho. Jerry, what is going on? Dee from Tampa. Alexandra from San Francisco Bay Area. Go Mountain View. Palo Alto. Isn't that where Google is now? Mountain View. Malcolm from Phuket, Thailand. Welcome, Malcolm. Ara from Ontario, Canada. Scott from Fort Worth, Texas. Uh-oh. Percival from Connecticut. I know I probably slaughtered that. I am so sorry. Jason from Syracuse, New York. Yvette from Las Vegas. Bill from Western Australia. Deborah from Baltimore. Jim from Nashville. Jabbar. Go Jabbar. New York Jabbar? Or just Team Jabbar? Ken from Montana. Hey, Ken. Lewis from South Florida. Mike from Kentucky. Eric from Montreal, Canada. Brad from Alabama. Jeff from Indiana. Jennifer. Hey, I talked to you today, Jeff. What do we got? Jennifer from Tacoma, Washington. Uh-oh, I lost it. Jennifer, here we go. Richard from Spokane. What's going on, Richard? Mona from Thousand Oaks. Oh, Jabbar from Philadelphia. I was going to say New York, Jabbar. I probably would have offended you. I'm sorry. Philadelphia. Chris from Florida. Rosa from Springs, Florida. Greg from Indiana. Jay from Toronto. Bruce from Wisconsin. Keith from North Ireland. Kenneth. I'm sorry. Kenneth from North Ireland. Dwayne from Arizona. What's going on, Dwayne? Say hi to your brother Jerry. He's on the line. Jamie from Canada. John from Nashville. Robert from Missouri. Arlie from Thousand Oaks. Arlie, long time no see. Rhode Island. Delia. I think I got that right. Uh-oh. We've got Chris from Canada. Chris from Canada. I don't know what that means, Chris. You're from California, but maybe you used to be from Nebraska, but you've done some time in DA? Or maybe that's Canada. Oh, Canada. Chris, you've heard my joke. I love that one. Gina from Florida. Evelyn from Arizona. Susan from, please start. It's late in the UK. Susan, we're on there. We're on it. Ron, are you back with us? Oh, Ron's not back yet. All right, you guys, I'm going to stall for one more minute. Michael from Australia, Tanisha from Alabama, Susan from the UK, please can we start? I have to go to work in 4 hours. Susan, another trooper, I'll tell you. Memphis, Tennessee, Leah. Hey, Leah, good to hear from you. Chris from Canada, Larry from beautiful Fort Lauderdale, and D is LMAO. ROF, back at you, D, rolling on floor. Gina in Honolulu, Mark. Okay, now people are tired of telling us where they're from. They're in asking questions. Sal from sunny South, I lost it, South Florida, and Dan from Las Vegas. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Greg Adams from, Greg's asking questions, and Diane from okay, I lost it. Diane from Canada. I need to hit an OK. All right, Ron, I think you're with us because I can see some graphics in the background. And let me know when you're ready.
Okay, let me get the recording getting ready here. Hang on one second. I'm not seeing the recording. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to the LeafIt live Q&A session. This is the first one for LeafIt, and the room is packed from people all over the world. On the webinar here with me this evening, I have Lawrence Sowell, our CEO and founder. I've got Mike Green, our executive founder. We have a special guest here with us this evening, Paul Ankersmit. He's a field leader from the other side of the world. And Paul, I want to thank you for being out here with us. And then myself, I'm Ron Pope, Chief Operations Officer and Chief of Marketing here with LeafIt. Want to get some ground rules down just real quick so everybody understands how to ask these questions. First, you're going to put your questions in your chat box. Okay? Use one of the following indicators at the beginning of your question. This is very, very important. We will not take questions that do not have one of these indicators. Your indicators do not have to be green. It was all for the slide purpose on that. However, they do need to say A, it app. Okay, that's for any app questions. You can see B, that's the UPGR, that's upgrade questions. C, comp plan questions. And D, miss for miscellaneous questions. We will answer these questions by category is how we're going to do that. We're going to keep it as organized as we can for everybody here this evening. So when we start off with the it app questions, anybody that has questions right now, please put them into your chat box with it app at the beginning of it. We're going to start with those. Now, guys, this does not replace our customer support. Okay, this is a Wednesday call, so you guys can bring your questions out here and get them answered. And we may or may not be unlocking some people to chat openly with us. But what we'll do is we'll just ask a question. We'll do kind of around the circle here. We'll start off answering a question, then I'll call out Mike Green, Lawrence Sowell, and Paul Ankersmit. So that's how we're going to do this. We're going to go around the circle here, and at the same time, each one of us will be answering questions offline as well. So if you have questions that don't get asked openly, that's okay. You'll still get your answers that you're looking for. I ask that everybody right now take this time seriously, get a pen and paper out, and let's get going, man. Let's just get some questions ripped out here. Mike, why don't you start us off? Do you have a question that you want to go ahead and read off and answer?
You know, now you're putting me on the spot, Ron. I lost my question box there for a second. I just found it, so let me scroll down here, and we're going to stay on it app for starters. So let me see if I can find one real quick. I hope you're speed reading too, Ron, because I'm hunting.
Okay, I'm going to throw it out there. Lawrence or Paul, do you guys have one that you want to grab? Just any question while people get up to date here with the this first time we've done this, so they weren't aware of the beginning tag that we asked them to have. So let's just grab any question and get this flowing here.
Okay, we've got it app. How deep are we going to get into trips, travel, and flights? How deep are we going to get into trip, travel, and flights? Lawrence, are you going to join us verbally this evening?
Hey,
I think that's a perfect.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. So, well, that's an interesting question. How deep into it are we going to get? Well, we're going to get as deep into that as we get into product in general. So, Right now, the product just or the app just tags product, but we do have affiliates like Expedia and other travel sites that we're going to be linking to. So my idea is I could post a picture on the beach in Hawaii, and I could tag a Hawaiian vacation to that picture. So to answer that question, we're going to be getting very deep into it, I suppose.
Okay, perfect. Paul, do you have a question ready to go?
Yeah, I have LeafIt App. When are you going to have an Android version up and running by Chris? Chris, as far as we understand, the iPhone, iPad, iMini will be available in the next coming days. The Android version will be in 3 to 4 months' time. Is that right, Ron?
The Android version, Lawrence, take that. How soon do we plan on having the Android version out?
Basically, I mean, that's a question that what we're doing right now is we're looking at going into development, beginning development of that at the end of this month. So if you want to put a time on that, it would probably take us a couple of months from when we begin the project to get into a beta form for beta testing, similar to what we did with the iOS version, and then probably another month to month and a half to a full public launch. But what I can assure everybody is that we will be allowing all our affiliates and associates to partake as a beta tester when we do come out with beta for Android or desktop or any platform. So it's pretty safe to say probably 3 to 4 months is about right. So I would agree with that answer.
Okay, Ron, we've got the next one coming from Donnie in Butte, Montana. I guess he's saying he has the beta download. Will I download another one when launched? And the answer is absolutely yes. For those who have been around beta testing for a while, as you know, every time we get an update, the instructions are to delete the app that you have on your iDevice. Once it's deleted, then you're going to download the next version. So when we go live in the Apple iTunes Store, we are all, anybody that's in beta testing and has the app on an iDevice, we are all going to delete what we have on our device, and then we'll either go into our back office, I think that's the preferred move, or into the Apple iTunes Store, and we will download the app from there, and that will be version 1.0.
Excellent. I'm going to take the next one from Mark. He says, are there any social sites that we will not be able to post pics on? Mark, we're going to start off with Twitter and Facebook. That's how you're going to log into the app. We will be working with other social networks. We expect to be adding just about every single one of them. Lawrence, do you have any input as to what content will be posted on those different social networks?
Yeah, sure, Ron. Basically, I mean, we don't want to say we're going to be on every single one of them because realistically there's hundreds of social networks out there. So the social networks that we're going to focus on version 1 is Facebook and Twitter. On version 2, which I've been working on today, we're going to be adding Google+, Pinterest, and Instagram. And I don't see past that there'll be that many that we need, possibly LinkedIn maybe down the road, but I'd say that the 5 majors are the 2 we have now, and then adding Pinterest, Instagram, and Google+.
Okay, perfect. And nice catch there, Lawrence.
Yeah, stay online, Lawrence, because these next 2, I think, are going to be right up your alley as well. Can you explain how many social networks, or maybe some timing or our expectations for when other social networks other than Facebook and Twitter would come online?
Well, Facebook, other than Facebook and Twitter, so version 2 is about the same timeline as what was just asked for Android and desktop. It's about the same thing. Each development process is going to take a couple of months as we move to a new device or a new platform, or we update a new version. So, for example, the next version of the app that we're working on, version 2.0, which we began on at the end of the month, that is when we're going to basically implement those features. But understand we do blueprints, redesigns, and then redevelopment of the existing code, and then adding in the new features. And right now our plan is to add those other networks in to version 2. So when version 2 is out, version 2 will be out with those other social networks to connect to.
Okay, so it will be at version 2.0 that we branch out beyond Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, awesome. Here's a question I think that goes maybe back to Rob. Where can I get training for the IT app? I know we've got a beautiful video that's already up and running. Go to leafit.biz, leafit.biz / your username. You're going to see our main website, your replicated website, and scroll down to that demo video. And I think Lawrence did an excellent job. It's about a 7-minute video that goes over pretty much every feature out there that's on the application. So as far as training how to work it, how to use it, I think that would be a very good starting point. But Dan, I got to tell you and everybody else, when this thing comes out live and you've got it in your hands, you're going to see the simplistics of how this IT app works. But I know we're going to do some training videos as well. Ron, I don't want to put you on the spot, but how do we look for back office training modules on things like the IT app?
Well, you know, training in general, not just the IT app, but training in general on all aspects of the business. That's what August is really about, is tightening up, getting all the videos and everything in place, and then moving into a full training tutorial library where there will be short 3 to 5 minute training videos on each and every subject. Really, Dan, though, reading that question there, that it was funny, Mike, you grabbed that one, the same one I had actually highlighted. Dan, I think if you go back through, and Mike is right, once you get the app on your phone here, you're going to realize that even just the demo that Lawrence did, it's really that simple. I mean, it is a very, Lawrence is all about UI and UX, okay, user interface and user experience, and so every aspect of this app has been thought through as to what's going to be the easiest way for you guys to use it. But yes, there will be some training videos coming out this month. I hope to have all the training, shouldn't say all the training, most of the training in place here in the next 2 weeks. So that is becoming my main focus once we finish the rest of this rollout that we were working on with the university and everything.
Beautiful. Okay, 2 more. Lawrence, I'm going to throw this first one. I'm sorry?
No, I had a question that I wanted to shoot out. It's probably one that you're looking at too.
Okay.
When a user posts a picture using the IT app and it shows in their Facebook timeline, can anyone share or make a purchase from the picture, or do they need to have the IT app installed on their system? That's questions from Daryl. And Mike, did you have that same question?
No.
Okay, so I'll just answer that one because that's a good question. So what we're going to be doing in version 1 is we'll be placing over the picture and the caption and where it came from. However, we will not be linking purchases or e-commerce on version 1.0. On version 2.0, we are looking at how we can make the purchases available through the external networks. However, we're still wanting to bring the user back inside of our app to make the purchase, because that's what's going to build your network, and what's going to build our user base at the same time is to bring people to our network. So on version 2.0, we're really working on optimizing how that works. On version 1.0 at this time, it will simply be a caption and a picture that you shared over there, and it will say via Leafit, where they will be able to join Leafit, but it will not direct them to that on version 1.0. But it's important to let people know that interact with that on Facebook that they can join and have that access from the app itself. However, version 2.0 will exploit that much deeper, so we'll have more information on that as it develops. But that's the right answer.
I've got a question here that's actually kind of in line with that, actually. This is coming over from Crystal. She says, once the link to download is ready, will everyone who is already an affiliate or associate be getting an email with the link as well in the back office? The answer to that is absolutely. Yeah, we've got a complete rollout marketing campaign ready to go. And in the back office earlier today was a banner that went up for about an hour talking about the app coming out. We exchanged that with the live Q&A for today, but we will be putting those banners back up in there as well as getting emails out. So absolutely, Crystal, we want everybody to know that we're coming out live here real soon. So you will be getting that communication. We've been keeping Paul there in the back a little bit. Paul, do you have a question that you want to bring forward and ask or answer?
Well, I've been typing away here in the background answering questions. So there's quite a few of them. IT app, and can we share it with friends from our phone and get sign-ups from inside of the app? Like, if I share it with Mike from inside the app and he signs up or buys, will I get a credit? Very good question. Lawrence?
So basically, you're asking if you were to share the app from your phone with somebody, and they join through you, would you get a credit? Is that what your question is?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, if you share the app with somebody, then yes, credit will go to you, because the share feature that we're going to put into the app, and we will be working on that on version 1.0, is basically going to connect them to you when they sign up. So that will connect them to you, yes.
So, Lawrence, here's another one. I think I know the answer to it, but I like people hearing the answers direct. Do we know when the app will be geo-targeted for each country purchases, as at the moment there are mainly U.S. stores? Thank you, from the UK. That was from Estelle.
Okay.
Hi, Estelle.
Okay. Hello, Estelle. Basically, yes, I know when. And again, version 1.0, what the product API is doing is where we're calling the products from our retailer. It's not exactly sourcing it geo-targeted, and you guys have noticed that, and we're working to tighten that up during version 1.0. But I do know that during version 2.0, based on your location, what we're going to do with that version is where you're located at when you access a Leaf, it's actually going to only show you offers that are valid for you and where you are in the world. So I can guarantee you on version 2.0 that is going to be completely optimized. On version 1.0, we are going to be working on enhancing that before 2.0 comes out.
Okay, I've got a question here from Martin. He says, will there be accommodation providers added to the retailers? Let me just address all expansion of retailers here. We have 19,000 of them plus, 19,000 plus right now. When we first started talking about the retailers about a month and a half ago, we had 18,000. So we're growing rapidly on that. We're constantly contracting with more and more retailers. So Martin, to answer your question about accommodations and things, as Lawrence has said a little bit ago, there will be more travel, more hotels, things like that, that will get added over time. Are we focusing directly on that? No, we're not. Okay, we're focusing in general on what does the public want, and so yeah, accommodations. I mean, expect to see more and more of them, but we are not honed in on the travel industry per se. Lawrence, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, and I just want to comment. Yeah, please. So basically anything service-oriented, we're working on how that's going to show or work in the app. Right now, you'll notice all the tags are very product-based. You haven't seen the option to tag any services like travel or hotels or anything like that yet. But we are working to bring those that within the app, and we're working on that during this version of the app. So we'll have more news when we bring services into the app. Everyone will know.
Perfect. And I'm not sure, Larry. You must have asked this after it was already answered. He's just saying when will it be available to the public on iPhone? That's any day now. We're waiting for the App Store to finish the approval and just put us up. Android, as Lawrence has stated. Lawrence, if you want to just quickly readdress the Android, I'm assuming these must be new people that are coming onto the call here.
Yeah, just real quick. So iPhone or version 1, we're just waiting, just like everyone else. Everyone will know on that. Again, Android, we're going to begin development for desktop mobile responsive, so it can be used on any device. We're beginning that development at the end of this month as we break into September. We anticipate a couple of months before we can go into beta. Everybody on this call, everybody that is an affiliate or an associate will be welcomed into the beta to use beta with us as we go into a public launch with the other devices, similar to what we're doing with iOS. So, 2 months after the start of September, so say 3 months, and then for a live rollout, probably 4. So. That's what we anticipate at this time.
Okay, Mike, you got a question?
No. I was typing a very long response, so sorry.
No. There's a lot of questions coming in here, guys.
There is. Here's another one here. App. Can we share it? Oh, that one's already been answered. My bad. Well, you guys are doing good on these. They're typing a lot in the background here.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. This has to do with the IT app. Can we please buy the CEO of the company a better microphone? LOL. I kid, but I am also serious. Ha ha. D.
I don't understand. I'm yelling into the mic. I just got a brand new MacBook computer here, and I guess I'm going to have to use your fancy microphone you brought me, Mike.
That or just, I don't know. I'll go buy you a headset, Lawrence.
Guys, this is an important one too. What iOS do they need to use? It's a 7 Plus. Is that right?
7.0 and above, yes. Did that answer it? Was that the whole question?
Yes. Can I use older phone without service to download and use Leafit App? That's a good question.
Ask that one more time if you would.
Okay. Can I use an older phone, an iPhone, without service to download and use the Leafit App?
iPhone 4 or better. iPhone 3, you cannot upgrade to 7.0. That's an iPhone issue, not a Leaf issue. We built this on a newer platform, so it's 7.0 or greater, and that starts with iPhone 4.
Mike, there's the second part of that question, though. He said without service.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You can use it without service, yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Your iPhone, and I know this because that's what I did. I'm a Samsung guy. I ran out and bought an iPhone, picked up a used one off Craigslist for $150. Then we found one for Lawrence for $60. I don't know how he always gets the better deals. But no, you do not have to hook it up to your mobile service provider. You can, as long as you've got a Wi-Fi, at home, at work, or if you have your own hotspot, or if you have if you have a Samsung 4 that is its own hotspot, you can just tap into that with your iPhone. I do it all the time with my iPhone 4. It works without having phone service hooked up to it. Yes.
Okay, Lawrence, I need you to address this. I'm going to read the question. This is coming over from Daryl. Thank you, Mike, for answering that. I learned something new myself, actually, right there, so I better get my own notepad out. Okay, so Lawrence, here's the question. When users post a picture using the IT app and it shows in their Facebook timeline, can anyone share and or make a purchase from that picture, or do they need to have the IT app installed on their system?
Hey, Ron, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Do I sound better?
You're a lot clearer to me, yeah.
Okay, I found a headset.
Maybe we should ask D. D, does he sound better?
We answered that question earlier.
Okay, there was no response next to it, so let's...
I answered it. I answered it verbally. I think you were answering a question when I answered it.
All right. So we've got that answer out there to everybody already then.
Hey, Lawrence, here's a pretty deep question. I don't know. I've never had it asked before, so I think it's worth asking. Mike says, what will happen when someone is directed to Amazon from the IT app and they have a Prime account or another retailer that they have accounts with concerning checkouts? Will this interrupt commissions or maybe their pricing? Do you have any idea?
That's the first time I've been asked that question, and I think we'll write that one down and ask that. But to my knowledge, you're getting an offer, right? You have to look at it like you're getting an offer. And when you check out at Amazon, of course, if you check out, with your credentials because you have an Amazon account or you're a premier customer with Amazon, well, that's between you and Amazon. But that doesn't change the offer that Amazon is giving us for what we sell through Amazon or any other retailer for that matter. So I don't see it affecting the commission on our side. I just see it possibly allowing, premium Amazon users to get a better deal possibly.
Okay. Let me answer this one because it's a real short one. Martin from the UK. I think it's 2:30 in the morning there. Martin, I have more than one device, an iPhone and an iPad. Can I download and use on both? And the answer is absolutely yes. You can download the app on as many devices as you own. Tag it up with your Facebook account, your Twitter account. Make sure you're connected to Leafit, and it's going to work on all of them the exact same way. So load it up on as many devices as you want.
Excellent. Lawrence, back at you. When will Pinterest and Instagram be available?
Version 2.0.
Okay.
Hey, let me cover this one. This is kind of along the lines of IT app. So for those with Android, how do we promote Leafit? And I got to tell you, I've got my own answer, but I heard a great one the other day, and I can't remember where I heard it from. I don't know if it was on one of the conference calls or somebody texted the answer in, but it was from, I'm pretty sure it was from a realtor, and his explanation was, or her explanation, can't remember, you don't have to own the home to sell the home. So, you know, how do we go out and promote Leafit when you don't have an iPhone? A couple of solutions there. I'd say go out and buy a used one. That's just me. I know you can pick them up in just about any market for, you know, $100. It seems to be the going rate here in my market. Go grab yourself an iPad. iPad Mini is what I did. $249 at Walmart. That same pricing on the IT app. But go grab yourself a device. But even if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to do that, you still have the ability to understand exactly how the app works. Go find a friend that has an iPhone. What a great way to get them to join you. You're going to download the app on their iPhone and figure out how it works together. Or do the same thing with a friend's iPad or iPad Mini. I've had people tell me that they're going to steal their son's or daughter's, you know, iPad Mini and download it there so they can figure out how it works. Once you understand the technology and how easy it is to use this social network and the mobile application, you don't have to own it to be able to sell it. I promise you, it's very, very simple. It's going to be a radar system. You're going to see somebody that you know with an iPhone or an iPad, and you're going to say, hey, you got to download this app. Check this out. And every single time you help them download that, you're going to get, you know, you're going to brush your skills up with how easy it is to use. So you can sit and wait for Android to come out or do what the vast majority of us are doing, and it's understand the technology, learn how it works, watch the videos, test it with somebody else's iPhone, figure out how the app works, and go out and sell the darn thing to every single person that you know that has an iDevice.
Excellent. I got a question here from Tanisha. She says, will the app be available for Windows phones as well? As far as Windows, we go in the markets where there's a large demand. It's very expensive to develop these apps. I mentioned the other day we're spending in excess of $20,000 a week on the iOS version right now, and it'll be similar expenses when we go into the Android version as well as the desktops. It depends on the demand that there is in the Windows market, which is a very small market. Lawrence, do you want to address any of that?
Yeah, so basically we're going to build a desktop and phone mobile optimized version of the product that can be accessed through LeafIt.com that'll look and feel just like an app. So it doesn't matter what your device is on, what device you're on. All that matters is that you know, everybody will have access to it depending on what device they're on. So for Windows phones at this time we have no plans to develop an app for Windows. That's not to say that we won't one day, but at this time we don't. But in the meantime, you know, when the desktop mobile optimized version is out, which is what we're beginning development on next, then you will be able to use the product and you will have access.
Hey, can I throw an announcement in here? That I want to say thanks to Greg Adams, because I love getting information like this. I've even got a phone number for you, so if you've got a pen or a pencil and you're looking for how to get into an iPhone cheap, here it is. For those interested, Verizon sale on iPhone 5s for $99 after midnight. Online or Verizon sales during business hours, new or existing customers. So if you're on Verizon, there you go, $100 for a brand new iPhone 5. Why buy a used one when you can upgrade to a new one? If you're on Verizon and ready for an upgrade, there you go. It's 800-256-4646 is the Verizon phone number. Thanks, Greg, for that input. Appreciate it.
Excellent. And guys, to the team here, Paul and Mike and Lawrence, when we're answering, let's make sure we're putting some kind of note in there. I've seen some that we've already answered, so just put real quick next to it, answer it is. That'll help us stay on track as well. Let's see. Here's one here. What will be or are the limits and gauge of products that can be tagged in a photo to post? Example, will a person be able to tag a car per se? Yeah, anything that's available. We have literally millions of products available. That's from David. So David, is there vehicles on there? I haven't personally looked for a vehicle. I'm sure at some point. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, so, you know, bigger ticket items, you know, we have Auto Trader and we have all those retailers in there again. We're looking at how we're going to source those into the app itself. At this time, some stuff from eBay's shown up, and that's about it, if it's not in eBay Motors. But we're working on, with the retailers, to product feed, you know, the bigger ticket items. You know, I don't know that somebody's going to buy something like a car from a social network. It seems like a purchase like that is something somebody wants to see, sit in, feel, but nonetheless, we are looking into it and how we can bring that in as well through the retailers we already have. So.
Hey, Lawrence, could we go back in and address one more time? I think people are starting to get nervous. Maybe I missed the answer or something, but I'm seeing people now saying, so we're 6 months before we get on Android. I'm sure we're going to get into some beta testing on Android. I know we're going to go into development once we get 2.0 kind of lined out, but when do you think an Android or a desktop person might actually be able to see what's being developed? I know we went through this same exact thing when we developed this for the iPhone on iOS. We got to see a lot of the design. We got to see a lot of what was going on, and finally went into a very rough beta testing very early on, just so people can see what it looked like. So, how far out do you think we are before we start seeing graphic design for desktop and optimized for Android?
We'll probably be end of September. Or early October is when we'll be able to start showing everything to everybody and sharing it, and then probably a month following that we'll we'll be able to start letting people in to help us beta test in small numbers at first, and then as it grows up on those platforms, the larger numbers, but it's definitely not 6 months.
So for those that are just now joining us, for those that just found Leafit and haven't gone through this painstaking, anxious, anxiety, we're all on Xanax or whatever that stuff is to keep us calm. We've watched this emergence of this app. Haven't even launched in the Apple iTunes store yet. Guys, we were on pins and needles for 3, 4, 5 months. It's not going to be that long for Android is what I'm seeing. And again, what we do have is an awesome product for Apple, and there's a huge market out there. Again, I don't feel like I have to own an iDevice to be able to go out and hit my neighbor and my dad and my father-in-law who are all iPhone users and say, look, there's a brand new app out there. If you understand the full scheme of what we're doing here, there are going to be a lot of us that don't have iDevices. They're going to be out recruiting and putting massive time and energy into getting every single person we can that has an iDevice to actually get into the program. We want to connect with them now, not 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now. So don't feel like just because you're an Android, because I'm an Android guy too, believe me, I love Samsung. I've got it on the back end of my car. I love Samsung. But just because I'm a Samsung guy doesn't mean I can't go out and offer every single person I know with an iPhone the app, because absolutely you can, and we've got people that are doing it. And if you really are going to understand, if you really understand this business model and where we're going with this technology, you don't want to wait. And that's not a sales pitch. Just believe me, if you close your eyes and go to sleep for 3 months, or if that's how long it takes to be out on Android, look at all that you're going to miss. Every single person you could have been out talking to that does own an iPhone today, or an iPad or an iPad mini that you could have connected to you for the rest of your life, you're going to miss in a big, big way. Not a sales pitch. That's just the reality of it. So Android's coming, but let's go attack the iPhone market first. Let's not worry about what we don't have, but go look at what we do have and the opportunity that we do have to go out and attach as many people to us as we can that have iPhones. That's where I'm headed. Somebody just fell out of their chair.
It sounded like it, didn't it? Paul, you okay?
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we've got a lot of background noise on your side there.
On my side?
It's got to be. Somebody's dragging something around. I think there's only a few of us open.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to answer a question here that I have from Jabbar.
Okay.
The IT app, will it have the features like the Amazon app that you can scan barcodes and auto-load that item? Jabbar, it's one of those things where this app is a social network. It has shopping, but the layer of it is it's social first, it's shopping second. We have that labeled as something to look into. However, we don't have any plans to add that at this time or how to add that. Obviously, in time, that will probably be a feature that's there, but at this time, it's not. So we'll obviously, as we go into version 2 and we make announcements on the features and the enhancements that are coming in version 2, just keep your ears open to see if that's one of them, but I'm not sure that it's going to be on the next version.
Excellent. I want to roll back just a second here to what Mike was saying too about, don't wait around, guys, for the for the Android version or for the desktop or anything like that. This isn't a pitch for another company, but I will tell you that this is something I thought was quite incredible. There's a company out there called Organo Gold, and this is definitely not a pitch for them. I don't drink much coffee myself, but the number one guy in that, who's one of the number one in the entire industry for networking, makes over $1 million a month, and he doesn't even drink coffee. Okay, so don't wait for the Android, don't wait for the desktop, get started right away. From that, I want to go into another question here. Can you explain to all of us the process that will happen when orphan or unattached affiliate associates sign up through the iTunes Store? Well, I'm going to start that off, and then Lawrence is going to finish it, I know. So my first response to that is anybody who is involved at an associate level and has 3 personally enrolled Leafit associate memberships will be put into a co-op where these folks that are coming in through the iTunes Store that do not have a sponsor, okay, somebody who personally enrolled them, will go into that co-op and be divided out through all the qualifying associates. Now, Lawrence, I'm going to hand it over to you to continue with that answer if you'd like.
Okay, can you just brief me on it? I was answering questions.
Not a problem. It says, can you explain to all of us the process that will happen when an orphan or unattached affiliate associate sign up through the iTunes Store? Now, I answered the co-op portion, but if you can answer the process in which we're taking to help avoid people stumbling through the iTunes and ending up without a sponsor.
Yes. So basically what we're doing is on the app itself, what you're directed to do is you're directed to send people to your .com or .biz referral link. And when they sign up there, they're going to have the download link right there to download the app, assuming that they're on an iOS device. Now, when they download it there, it's going to ask them to log in with their Facebook or Twitter or both, and then it's going to ask them to sign in with their existing Leafit account. So when they sign in with their existing Leafit account, that will connect their account that they just signed up or created to connect them to you. So that is the process that we're going to be taking through the App Store. And so even if somebody downloads the app and they did not, for say, sign up through a user, they just heard about it or found it through a search through the Apple Store, then when they enter, sign up through Facebook and Twitter, it'll still ask them, and if they do not have not created a Leafit account, they'll simply say, I don't have one. When they say that, then we will create one for them, and then they'll go into the round robin that Ron is talking about. So that is the process that we have at this time.
Excellent. I've got a question here from Sal, and then Mike, I'm going to go back over to you here. Sal says, when the IT app goes public in the Apple Store this week, now it's in the next few days, okay, you're going to see some marketing that's going to start coming out saying, we're getting close and things. So if we get the announcement this week, or we get the notice this week from Apple, then we'll be rolling it out a couple days after that. So, but as soon as we know, then you guys are going to know. But so we're not saying by Friday, okay, in the next few days here, guys. So don't assign your own date to that, please. But when the IT app goes publicly in the Apple Store, how soon can free affiliates start seeing their commission for any items sold? Now, I know that we're going to head towards showing those commissions in real time. Lawrence, in 1.0, will that be a reality, or is that something on the next version as far as how quickly they'll see the commissions on items sold?
So right now, and I was answering another question there, Ron, but you're asking how quickly will they see a commission when something happens?
Yeah, I know we're heading towards real time, but will that be a reality in 1.0?
Yeah, that should be a reality in 1.0. In fact, we've been testing that, and the only thing that creates a lag time is the retailer itself. But from my experience in the testing that we did, it was literally in minutes. We have it set to do real-time checks for sales. However, sometimes a retailer doesn't report it for 5 or 10 minutes. So in the case that a retailer doesn't report it for 5 or 10 minutes, then as soon as they report it to us, then we'll update it. In the event it doesn't show up for a day or two, then simply send in a support ticket about that case so we can look into it.
Excellent. You guys, go ahead, Lawrence. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that is a reality in version 1.0.
Excellent. Okay. All right. We have been on the call about 46 minutes, and we've been answering all the IT app questions. We need to expand now. Let's go into look for any upgrade questions. We can continue to answer some of the IT app in the background. Paul and Mike and I and Lawrence will continue to do that. But we need to expand now. So upgrade questions, if we have any of those, let's take a look. If not, let's move straight into comp plan questions, and we'll finish up with miscellaneous.
Okay, we've got one that just jumped in here for upgrade down at the very bottom. I started at the bottom working back up, you guys. So when an affiliate upgrades to associate at some point in time in the future, does their date of affiliate enrollment have a bearing on their position in the matrix? And that answer is no. The matrix is filled up first come, first serve. That is the fear of loss. That is the reason people want to upgrade now. As a company that's just coming to launch, where would you rather be in this matrix? You'd rather be as up, high, and tight as you can inside of that matrix. Upgrade now. Don't wait a year. So no, your affiliate date or the date that you sign up as an affiliate is not going to impact where you fall inside of that matrix. It's all based on when you upgrade to become an associate. So,
Mike, I'd like to add to that if I could.
Absolutely.
We do have cutoffs, guys, and let me explain cutoffs to you, okay? We have certain cutoffs, so write these down. We're going to have these in the back office, but write these down, guys. The cutoff times are going to be Monday and Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. Pacific, so 1 minute before midnight. Okay, Mondays and Thursdays. What those cutoffs are for is that if, let's say that I just enrolled Mike into Leafit, okay, as an as an affiliate. Okay, so he came in for free, and I'm in right now as an affiliate also. So we're both in for free. Mike decides that he's going to go ahead and upgrade to an associate level. Okay, now he doesn't call me and tell me this. So the system will send me an email. We're working on all these emails right now, but the system will send me an email saying, Mike Green just upgraded to be an associate. You have, today being Wednesday, you have till Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific to upgrade to the associate level and keep Mike below you. If I don't do that, I miss that cutoff, and Mike will roll up to the next associate above me. Okay, so Mondays and Thursdays, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now there's also another cutoff, which is Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that is the cutoff for the last time of the week to still get paid that Friday. Okay, so on the unilevel yeah, it'd be on the unilevel. In order to get paid your unilevel pay that week, you need to meet your qualification by Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. If you miss that and you qualify for a check on Wednesday, that'll be paid out the following Friday. Okay, so those are your three cutoffs: Tuesday and Thursday for placement, and Monday and Thursday for placement for the placement cutoff, and then Tuesday for the check qualifier for a check that Friday. Okay. Any other questions that you see there? Oh, I'm seeing quite a few comp plan ones. What about upgrade?
Okay, so Jabbar has a good question on upgrade. Will the new system send the free affiliate an email to upgrade?
Yes, absolutely. Those are called our autoresponder messages, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper down that rabbit hole for you guys because our sales funnel is very close to being finished up right now. When somebody goes through your sales funnel, so you're going to send all your marketing to your lead capture page, okay? And on the lead capture page, they're going to plug in their name, email, and phone number. That information is then captured. You'll see that in your back office. Starting September 1st, actually, on our upgraded back office that we're putting together, you'll see a full list of all of your free affiliates that have came in, or even your what we call pre-enrollees. Those are prospects that haven't even enrolled for free yet. You'll see a list of your prospects in your back office, and from corporate, we're setting up autoresponder messages. We'll have a 7 series that will go out, and it will start to trickle on all these prospects that have made it to your lead capture page. From the lead capture page, they then go through the sales funnel. If they like what they see and they upgrade right then, they can choose to join now. that will automatically update our system and tell us this person here, which you may never have even talked to yet, upgraded to an associate. As soon as that happens, you're going to get an email saying that you have a new associate in your downline. So either way, yes, you'll know that you have a new affiliate or you have a new associate that has gone through your sales system, and we will start to trickle on them for you.
Hey, Ron, a question that's coming up repeatedly now is for forever, I guess we could say, we've been on Eastern Standard Time. We've had cutoff times of midnight Eastern, and we are moving that. I think we should announce that to everybody because it gives everybody an extra 3 hours in life, that we are moving to midnight Pacific, or 11:59 as you always like to say.
Yes, yes, absolutely. The reason I went to 11:59, just to explain that even further, is that when you say midnight, let's say we say midnight Wednesday, a lot of people go, they'll interpret that different. A lot of people go, oh, so that's at the end of Tuesday, right? No, it's actually at the end of Wednesday. So I just started saying 11:59 p.m. Pacific, Wednesday. Now there's no question. That's 1 minute before midnight heading into Thursday. And I got a little off on that question, but did that answer the question?
So yes, I just want everybody to know that yes, it is Pacific. We're not making a mistake here. That's not a grammatical error. We are actually moving to Pacific time, and I love the 11:59 because it removes all doubt. It's 11:59 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah,
it's our new cutoff for these. So.
And I will tell you too, Mike, that I spoke with one of the programmers there, Ben actually, and asked him if he preferred Eastern or Pacific, and he said, oh, I'm relieved that we're going to Pacific because he's been having to throw some extra stuff in the code to offset that extra 3 hours. So even the programming department's excited about it. Everybody on the phone should be excited. That does add another 3 hours to you guys.
Right, right. Hey, Robert's bringing up a great question. If Lawrence, if you're still with us, maybe you could give us some insight here. Again, it might be one of those things we haven't even thought about yet, but will there be an option to upgrade from an affiliate to an associate inside the app itself?
No, there will not.
I like short answers.
And I can explain why if you would like.
Okay.
Basically, the user experience is the most important thing this product can do. And also one of the most important things about this product is that this product has free natural users. And if you were using Facebook and Facebook was flashing an upgrade button in front of you for you to pay money to use it, it would look like to you that, oh, they're just trying to get me to pay money, and it would irritate you. And it would I guess, make the user experience bad. What the goal is, and in our long-term vision is with this product, is to have a plethora, hundreds of millions of free users, and of course an associate base, that's large, but not nearly as large as the free users, because those are the consumers, those are the customers, those are the people that are here. They're here just because they want to use a great product. They're not here to turn it into a business. They're here to just share their life in a different way, maybe make a few bucks, maybe not. Maybe save some money on shopping, maybe not. And you want to keep that experience to the natural user base through the product. And if the product was an upsell, then it would be looked at as just a network marketing product, and that would hinder the product in the view of the general population or the general public. So from a public perspective, the product's completely clean and is completely free for anybody to use, and it has to remain that way in order for the product to keep the integrity that it's going to have.
Absolutely, and guys, just so you understand too, Lawrence and I and Mike, we high five over this one, right? I mean, just so you understand the full big picture here. When you look at it from a compliance standpoint, having 90% of the people that are involved in your social network being consumers, 90% consumers. Okay, other networking companies they can't claim that. All right, but we'll have 90%. 10% will be paying associates, and 90% will be affiliates that are just in there to really take advantage of the social network. I mean, compliance-wise, that's incredible. And then if we want to go a step further on those affiliates, they can actually make or share in the revenue that's generated without paying a dime into the program. They share in their own pictures there. That, again, from a compliance standpoint, incredible. You want to talk about being compliant and being around long-term, we've nailed it. So kudos to you, Lawrence, on your vision and the structure you've got in place here for everybody.
Could I comment on that just real quick?
Yeah.
And also, and we'll be talking about this as, you know, this rolls out and as we're in development of version 2 and we're sharing version 2 with everybody while that's under development. But we're going to make it, you know, and this is another big thing. It's not just big for compliance, but just it's right to do so. We're going to make it possible for a free affiliate to earn their way through sweat equity to open up more levels of earnings through sweat equity, through referring other users, you know, and also by hitting different benchmarks of sales, so on and so forth. And it's called gamification, and that's something that we're going to be rolling out with version 2 to where, you know, there's badges or levels that people pass. And we're going to have a game for the associates too, where an associate can unlock levels beyond the 9th level. And so that's all coming out in version 2. So what we're doing is we're trying to create an equal playing field for everybody so that nobody can turn around and say anything bad about us, that we're not giving everybody an equal opportunity to earn money with this company. And that, at the end of the day, is what compliance, you know, needs to look at, or I guess what the government does look at, and that's why we're making moves to ensure that it's an equal opportunity out there for the people that want to earn it, or the people that want to get the education and start out there as well. So I just wanted to throw that note in there, Ron.
Perfect. Thank you, Lawrence. And also, I see Doc Fran is on the call here tonight. Doc, I know you're one that is always about live for today, don't always talk about tomorrow, but in this product, and I'm sure you can appreciate this too, Doc. Guys, don't wait for any of these versions that we're talking about. What we have right now, I mean, when I evaluated this company and came on as Chief Operations and Marketing, I was blown away, totally blown away with the beta version even. Okay, and you guys will be too. If you don't have this on your phone right now, you guys are going to be blown away, the same as I was. And the versions actually hitting the store is multiple versions ahead of what I originally took a look at, you know, almost 2 months ago. And it wasn't until actually I came on with the company that was even shared with me that, you know, that's only 10% of what it's going to be. So as Lawrence talks about all these new versions and things coming out, don't go, oh, well, I'm going to wait for that. Don't do that. You know, get on board, start going right now, and that way you guys are that much further ahead and you're knowledgeable about everything that's coming. We want to share and be transparent with you guys. All right, so that's why we talk about these versions, to get you excited and so you know what's coming. But the worst thing you could ever do is sit back and just wait for something to come out.
All right, back on upgrade, how do orphaned free affiliates go about becoming associates? So I think I understand the question, Martin, but again, let's go a little bit deeper here. An orphaned affiliate is going to be someone that has downloaded our app through the app iTunes store. So they're coming in orphaned. They're not going to know a lot. There's not going to be a lot of messaging in that first 7 days if they're going to be orphaned. There's not going to be a lot of conversation or emailing or anything that's going on about upgrading anywhere. They're just barely going to even know that they've got an account over at LeafIt.com that they could get into. So we don't see a lot of upgrading to associate during that 7-day, you know, orphaned period. But as far as upgrading to associate, that would be a pathway through their LeafIt.com website, which every orphaned download is going to have. And there will be messaging, there will be internal messaging. Lawrence, if you want to kick in here and talk a little bit about, you know, the messaging that would go out inside of the app to a .com or to just
Mike,
a free customer.
Mike, before we hand that over to Lawrence, I want to address, there's actually 2 different types of orphans here too. And the question might be about a orphaned associate, okay? Some people will find their way to the company through the App Store. They'll find the app and then they start researching and go, wow, I want to be part of that. That would be what we call an orphan associate if they come in and they want to pay. But see, they at that point have gone through the .biz site, okay? And they found their way over there. That would be one type of orphan. That individual right there would get some messaging about how to upgrade to be an associate after they've received, which is pretty much instantaneous, where they will be assigned out to a sponsor, okay, through what we call the co-op or the round robin. All right. The other type of orphan is the individual that just went into the App Store and found the app, and they've never been exposed to the business side. And Lawrence is very adamant about, you know, if somebody wants to just use the app, we're going to just let them use the app, guys. Okay, we're not going to start hitting them with the business angle on this. So I'm going to stop there. Lawrence, I will hand this over to you, but I wanted everybody to understand there are 2 types of orphans there. Lawrence, did you want to answer anything on that?
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Sure.
I was answering other questions. Can you?
Mike, go ahead and read that one more
Just give
time
me
if you would.
quick-
I guess the question, part of that question back to you, Lawrence, would be, we are going to have people that just came to the social network just to be in the social network, but yet they've shared their experience with others and actually have people attached to them and don't really understand the concept. At what point does the app start messaging back to that free customer, that person that came to us through .com or through the Apple iTunes store? Do you want to talk about that a little bit as far as messaging inside of the app?
Yeah, as far as your free users will be on their own sort of messaging. You know, people that are there just for the app, they didn't come in and weren't introduced to the business, they just want to use the product. There will be messaging for them as well. And they do referrals as well. Affiliates will be able to refer affiliates, for example, and that's our free user. And so, you know, in the app itself, we'll have an invite section, so on and so forth. But every free user that is connected to the product that is orphaned is going to end up in someone's genealogy. Now, let's say somebody showed up, they weren't invited or referred by anybody, and then they get allotted to, say, Joe, and then he refers 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people as just free users. Well, Joe's group just grew because somebody that was allotted to him just virally took the product out there, and that's what's really important about marketing it right and about presenting the company and the product right to people, and not at the beginning not pushing everybody to be an associate. Rather, show them a free social network where they can monetize their content, get them glued to that, and then mention the other part of the business to them. So it all kind of plays together. But as far as orphans, at the end of the day, everybody will be connected to everybody because you have to be, and that's the way we have the system set up.
Excellent. Excellent.
Beautiful. I just read a great ad from Greg, and then I got to read this out loud. It's great messaging, even though I don't think he meant to post it here. 2+ billion people around the world are promoting tens of billions of dollars in online sales with social networks. The problem is they're not being paid a dime. We're changing that. $100 billion market, 2 billion active social networkers worldwide getting paid for what they do already. I love it, Glenn. Go for it. There was a question up here. I think it was maybe one of the last ones we want to cover on upgrade, Ron, and then maybe we could get to category C. But my screen jumped and I think I lost it. Where was it? Oh, shoot. It was there.
While you look for that, category C is comp plan questions. So if you guys have those, start plugging them in. We're going to keep this moving here. We're getting a ton of questions answered. Obviously, guys, I mean, you put in your chat, is this helpful to you guys? Are you guys loving this call here tonight? I mean, this is the first time we've done it. If you like it, just put yes in your chat. Absolutely, yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, so this is obviously something we will continue with. I love to see. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Here it was, Ron, and then let's try to get into some question C answers. But how long does someone stay in the matrix is the question. I think that is relevant to upgrading. So once somebody does upgrade to an associate, they lock a spot in the matrix. Let's say they stop paying for whatever reason. How long do they stay in the matrix? Do they ever come out of the matrix? Ron, you want to cover that? And then I'm going to go up and look for some questions on.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was reading another question here. Give me the question one more time.
Matrix. I'm an associate. I got into the matrix because I became an associate. I upgraded. Now I stopped paying. How long do I stay in the matrix?
Okay, you know, that's twofold right now. Because of the fact that, you know, as we've been going through the beta test and the development here, there's been quite a few, you know, hundreds of people that have come in, and they have over the course, you know, stopped to pay. And so now that we're at the point where the app is launching, what we're finding is a lot of those are coming back, okay? And so the last thing that we want to do is purge anybody out of the matrix, okay? So at this point, you're not going to see a lot of attrition in this business like you do with other networking companies. So we're going to leave them in the matrix. We'll reevaluate this in about 60 days. But I think what's going to happen is once we get the messaging in place and we get the autoresponders and site messages going out to the affiliates and to the associates, You're going to be if you're somebody, if that question is asked because you have someone in your matrix right now that is not active, you're going to be surprised. A lot of those folks are going to be coming back and reactivating, and even in the future, I mean, there might be somebody who's misunderstanding the business model or misunderstood something, and so they stop paying, or they were on vacation and they stopped paying, whatever the case may be. I just don't see a lot of attrition in our business model here because of the fact that we are the first social network to tie in the e-commerce with networking. It's an incredible business model. And it's a no-brainer. So right now we don't have any plans of purging people out. We may go to a 90-day purge in the future, but right now it's not even. I mean, we're hitting momentum stage, so we're not thinking about kicking people out. We're thinking about how we can better support the ones that are coming in every day.
All right, let's jump into. Oh, I thought we were going to jump into comp. Did you want to do something else?
Yeah, let me take a look at this one here. This is I guess this is a miscellaneous question. No, it's a comp question. He listed it as miscellaneous, but it's actually comp. I have a hard time recruiting anyone without the app in place, but if I don't get 3 personally recruited associates, I won't get any commission from the pool, correct? No, that is not correct, actually. You need 1 to get 3 levels on the matrix. And with 1, you also open up 3 generations of the unilevel. So 1 person is actually what you need, and I'm not quite sure. I think it's real gills. I'm not sure how to say that. My apologies. But you need. Now the pool that you're referring to there, I'm maybe the co-op. I'm not sure if there's a second part to that question, but to be involved in the co-op, you need 3. Okay, but to get your unilevel down 3 generations and your matrix down 3 levels, you just need 1. It's the check matches also, you need 3 on that one. So no, you can actually start making money with 1 personally referred, and we call it Leafit Associate Membership. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Okay, we're on to compensation for now. We'll see if we can keep this rolling. When will we see our commissions earned in the back office? So let's tackle this one at a time. And I want to be very clear here because I've had this question a couple of times today. Our weekly matrix commissions, we've paid out 18 weeks straight. The weekly matrix commissions, the company, we have a 30-day refund policy. So our stance going back 16, 17, 18 weeks ago was to then pay commissions in a 30-day lag time because we didn't want to pay commissions then have to take commissions away. It doesn't look right, doesn't look good. So that was the way we set that up. So what you're experiencing right now is any matrix, these are the weekly matrix commissions, any matrix commissions that you've earned over the last, we'll say 4 weeks, and we've had such a surge of brand new associates that come on board, you're going, okay, now when do I get paid? You're earning commissions every single time someone enters your matrix, but you're not going to see that for 4 weeks. I'm going to have to look at a calendar here real quick, and I'll give you the date. This last commission run that we ran this last Friday actually paid for every person that entered your matrix the week of June 27th through July 4th, Friday, July 4th. That's what that last Friday's matrix commission covered, or the commission run covered. So what we're going to pay this next Friday will be anyone that paid a builder package payment from Saturday, July 5th through Friday, July 11th. And then it just rolls 1 week ahead. So if you just go look and say, what am I going to get paid on today? And you look at the Friday, say today's 2 days from now, it's Friday the 8th. Just count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you'll see that's the end of the week. The week that got paid then would be July 5th to July 11th. Now all that changes here come, Ron, maybe you can explain that because you're more in tune with what we're doing with the new unilevel commissions. Those are going to pay out, I'm not even sure if we had this first one time, do we? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. Yeah, there's actually 2 more questions here from Dee and Susan that I'll answer at the same time here.
Okay.
With the unilevel, so Dee is asking, when will we receive our first check? And Susan is saying if we have to wait a month for the matrix due to a refund issue, how can we get paid the unilevel in the same week? So I'm going to answer both of those right now. Okay, so I'm going to be, again, we're all about transparency here. So we have to wait 3 days for our processor, our credit card processor, to release the funds to us. That's why we have a Tuesday cutoff. At that point, we are taking a risk from the company standpoint to pay commissions out that exact same Friday, because then if there's any kind of a refund, we have to do an unwind situation. Okay, but we know how important it is for you and for your associates to get paid immediately and start putting money in your pocket so you can afford to do marketing, pay your bills, different things like that. All right, so that's why we've decided as a company we're going to go ahead and start paying out right away on the unilevel. Now, Dee, so that you understand that first month, that 149, no, I'm sorry, Susan, that first month, that 149 is going completely into the unilevel. All right, that's where all that money goes. And if you go and you look at the compensation documents in your back office, you'll see the breakdown on that. But that 149, we're putting all that towards the unilevel for that first month. So there isn't even any money generated to pay out the matrix until the second month. Okay, so that's why we don't pay matrix until the second month. First month, the 149 goes towards the unilevel. Put that upstart, that fast start upfront cash in your pocket. Second month, that's when you start hitting your monthly matrix residuals and check matches. Okay, so hopefully that answered that question. Mike, do you feel that answered the question that you were asking me as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, boy, we got a lot of questions coming in here, guys. Let me see how are we doing for time. We're at an hour and 12 minutes. We're gonna go, guys. My team, are you guys good for another 18 minutes?
I'm good.
Okay, great. Paul, if you need to drop off, or Lawrence, you need to drop off, Mike and I will just continue to push forward. If you want to stick around, great. Really appreciate it.
Ron, it's fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, Paul.
No, very good.
You've got some fans on the line wanting to say hi to you. I don't know if you're seeing that. Chet Cowie is, if I'm saying that correctly, is saying hi to you here. He's asking if it's possible to say hi. So,
yeah. Hi to everybody. I'm just busy typing away here, so bear with me.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay, we've got a question. Comp, this is on comp. Is the spill still happening? How does it work? Thanks, Chris from CANADA from Canada. I love it, Chris. So yes, spill is still working. But actually, I got to be completely honest with everyone. If you're a builder, if you're a leader out there, I wouldn't be expecting a bunch. And it really depends. I mean, spill coming your way is dependent on what the people directly above you are doing, so, especially your direct sponsor, and maybe the one above that. And then if you have a super powerhouse above that, maybe you would see some spill. Spill is absolutely still happening. How it works is this. It works just like a typewriter. So without having any visuals here, if you can imagine your sponsor, and he sponsors you, you're the very first person, so you fit in that first spot inside of his matrix on his first level. That's first spot. Now, the only way you're going to get any spill from him is going to be after he fills those next two spots, filling up his first level, okay? Now, here's where it gets a little bit frustrating. You run out, you get excited, you want to go sponsor your first three, so you fill your first three spots. And your sponsor, at the same time that is happening, has just now filled his other two spots on his first level. I hope you got the visual on that. So that's your sponsor's first three in his first level now filled, let's say all of them by him. But at the same time he was filling his first level, you filled your first level. What happens next is if your sponsor goes out and sponsors number 4 and number 5 and number 6, they're not going to spill underneath you. They're going to spill directly under the second spot because it feels like a typewriter. You already filled your first 3 spots, so the system's going to go over and fill the spots to fill his matrix because he's trying to fill his matrix, not necessarily just yours. So he fills top to bottom, left to right in his matrix, and that's where your spill is coming from, is from upline. So spill is absolutely on. Some people experience a lot of spill. Some people experience no spill. That's not the company picking on anybody. That's just the way spill works. And again, it is very dependent on how active your immediate upline is, and up above that, how active they are and how heavily they are in, getting new people enrolled into the system. They might be in a mode where they're helping others enroll. And they might not be actively really pushing real hard to personally enroll others, and you might not see spill from them. So spill is on. I wouldn't sit around and wait for it. This is bigger than that. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. What you want to be doing right now more than anything is finding as many people as you can with iPhones to download the app as soon as it hits the App Store. And the natural progression of them upgrading into an associate is going to start to fill your matrix. And if you're filling your matrix faster than everybody else, that's good for you. But you're, at the same time, if you're filling it faster than anybody else, you're not going to see a whole bunch of spill.
I'm
you
just
want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'm going to put it real black and white, okay? Spillover is for the weaker spots in the matrix. Don't be a weak spot, okay? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So if
I tried to throw some sugar on that, Ron, but that's perfect.
No, I've dealt with spillover in the past, and you don't want to start to breed that through your groups, guys. Seriously. That's cancer in a group. If you're sitting around waiting for spillover, anybody you bring in is going to be doing the same thing, and they're going to do the same thing. You're going to have a dead leg, all right? So do not be a weak spot, okay? Get out there, start building your business. This is a business, guys, okay? It comes with tax write-offs. It comes with income benefits. All right, the harder you work, the more you make. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And if you were to open another business, you're not going to sit around and wait for somebody else to come in and sell everything for you. You're going to open the doors. You're going to charge hard, okay, and you're going to make money with it. And anybody who's sitting back waiting for spillover, you have not got the vision of what LeafIt is, and you're going to be missing the boat. So I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. Do not sit around and wait for spillover. It's weak spots.
All right. Ron, let me get this next one because it kind of is in the same vein of spill and how the matrix actually works. So the question is, by chance, if you're number 3 personally sponsored associate, we'll say they're in your 3rd position, becomes inactive, does number 4 move into that spot? So you'd still be qualified for all 9 levels? And I'm going to say no on a couple of different levels. Ron, do you want to tackle that unsugar-coated?
Sure.
Or
yeah.
How does that work when someone doesn't pay?
Listen, I'm usually a nice guy, and I think anybody who knows me knows that I'm a nice guy. But there's certain subjects that I understand right now. I mean, I'm still on the whole spillover thing for a second. Certain subjects are really cancer to an entire company, organization, and I don't want to see any of you on this webinar tonight fall into that, okay? So forgive me for being point blank, but it is just absolutely needs to be tossed out the door. Don't even think about it. Just get out and work and don't worry about spillover. Okay, so will your number 4 move in? Before every single payout, okay, we've been paying out commissions weekly for a few months now, okay, and before every single payout, we do a virtual compression. So even though we don't purge the matrix, a virtual compression compresses up as though those dead spots or those people are inactive, as though they're not even there. And it's to help maximize the income that you make through your matrix. Your far left leg the entire left leg will shift up. Okay, so it is not your 4th personal. Your 4th personal, Rick, could be down 20, 30 levels in no time. Okay, I know folks that have come in here in the last 3-4 weeks that are already down, 30, 40, 50 levels deep. They could put on a personal right now that would end up way down in one of those legs. Okay, so no, that person will not come back up to the top. So it won't work like that. Now, if you're talking about on the unilevel, let me read the question one more time. By number 3, personally sponsored associate, are you referring to the matrix or the unilevel?
I took it as the matrix.
That's how I was reading it too. So no, right. Your left leg will shift up. It will not press your people down though. Okay, so
well, this dynamic compression. Let me see if I can tackle it a little bit different angle. If you envision those first 3 associates you have on your first level, because I know there's a lot of this out there, and one of those spots is grayed out. That means they're not paying. But you look directly below them, and there's 3 people below, 3 paying associates below that one gray spot. What happens at commission run is the system now looks at those 3 paid associates below that one gray spot that is not current, means that person is not going to earn a commission. The system looks at those 3 spots below them that are paying and says, hey, we need to go pay level 1 commissions inside of the matrix. We can't pay the guy up there that's great because he hasn't paid. Who are we going to go pay? And the system pays you. Okay, it bypasses right through that dynamic compression, passes right through that gray spot, and puts money in your pocket. So now, how many level 1 associates do you have? You don't have just 3. You've actually got those other 2 spots that are paying on your first level, and the 3 that were on your second compress up, and you now get paid for the 2 that were paying, the one that didn't pay, pushed 3 people up that are paying, and you just got paid for 5 people on level 1 inside of your matrix. When you understand dynamic compression, and I hope that worked without a visual, but I'll tell you, when you start understanding what this company is doing with dynamic compression, your matrix could be huge. You could make well over $120,000 a month inside of this matrix. You could end up with a lot of people on your first level if you have people that are grayed out inside of your matrix. I mean, if you drop that down a level and think that you've got a guy on your second level that doesn't pay, and that whole thing compresses up, you're moving up a whole entire leg and earning a heck of a lot more money and have a lot more people on that second level and third level than maybe you would have. So dynamic compression is powerful. Not purging is actually an extremely positive thing because of the way that dynamic compression works. You could end up with a whole bunch of people on your first level or on your second or third or fourth, way more than what a true 3x9 force matrix would look like on paper.
Oh, for sure. And guys, I talked earlier in the call about putting together a training tutorial library. There will be one training just on the compression, okay, because that's a common question. So if you don't get what he just said on the compression, that's okay. You don't need to understand that tonight, okay? Once it happens to you, you'll kind of understand what just took place, but we will put training in place for you on that as well. Dee has a question here. What is the payment delay for new associates once a new user becomes an associate? So for example, you sign someone up and they sign up someone, do they have to wait a month to get their 50? No, actually not, Dee. That was a question I was talking about earlier, is that's the unilevel, okay? So I encourage each and every one of you that have questions on the comp plan, go download the documents out of the back office underneath resources and really go through that, okay, because it'll make a lot more sense to you, and we will be doing training here on the comp plan real soon. But no, Dee, you don't have to wait a month to get your $50. That was if you actually qualified. So let's say that you brought somebody on Monday. Well, the cutoff is Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, in order to get paid that Friday. So you would actually receive a check, that $50, that same Friday. Okay, so let's say that you bring somebody on right now, Dee. You get off of this call, and you bring somebody on. You won't get that this Friday because you missed the cutoff, so you'll get it next Friday. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. You're not waiting a month, not at all. The 4-week delay is on the matrix, not on the unilevel pay. The unilevel is the 50, 10, 5, and then 3 all the way through your 9th. All right, so that's what's paying out immediately, and then your matrix is on the second payment. We'd love to pay out the unilevel, the matrix, the check match, and everything all up front in the first month, but there's just not enough money to go around. We had to decide how we wanted to divide that up, and we figured that let's divide it up into the unilevel, and matrix will come in the second month. Mike, you got another one?
Yes, I do. Mike answering next question. Is there a way of showing how many direct associates our direct associates have in your downline without having to scour the downline section of genealogy? Martin, I will tell you it is coming. We've had it in the past when we had some ranking in the past. It is coming. It's there. You'll be very impressed. You'll know. You don't have to go scour your whole entire downline to figure out who's helping you qualify to get to that next level. It will be front and center right at you. You'll know who is a manager, who is a director, who's a senior director, who's an executive, and who's a senior executive. We're going to do all that work for you so you can spend more time getting more people enrolled into the university. So there you go. Yeah. Just give us a little more time. Ron, you want to talk on that?
Yeah, I do actually. The upgrades that we're doing, we're going to do a complete back office upgrade, including the reporting, the tracking, everything. I mean, you guys will even have the ability to split test your marketing out there. But part of this is that we're going to be changing the reporting on the matrix. And so when you go into your, this is after September 1st. Okay, we've got we just brought on about what do we got? 8, I believe it's 7 or 8 new programmers that are working on the back office upgrade right now. And so as soon as that rolls out, their deadline is September 1st for all of this. We're going to be a little bit lenient with them, but they should be right around September 1st. So when you open up your new back office at that time, you'll go to your matrix, and you'll actually see each and every single person underneath you, how many personals they have. It'll actually list by number. Personally sponsored, and it'll put a number next to it. It'll show their rank. It'll show their username. It'll show all of that right there on that little person in your matrix. And then you'll be also able to zoom out away from the matrix and see where any dead spots or open spots are in your matrix as well. So very expansive compared to what we have right now. It is coming, and so that's all I wanted to add to that, Mike.
Cool. I'm scouring. We're getting out of comp questions, and I see a lot of miscellaneous questions. I guess people have figured out the format, and we're headed next. Comp, Mike Green has said compression is not working. When did it start working? All I can tell you is it is working, Susan, and it is compressing. I'm seeing it in my own matrix that I watch very, very closely. So compression is working, is functioning. It's going to be much more transparent with the new back office that's rolling out, and you'll be able to see it very, very clearly, Susan. So hang in there.
Okay, Dee has another interesting question here. This is new to me. Lawrence, are you on the line still?
He's answering questions, so I know he's still
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so let's you and I kind of get through this one together here. It says, this is from Dee. It says miscellaneous. Can we get a written consent letter for YouTube when using the videos you allow us to post? Right now, YouTube has started flagging videos, and we want to drive customers using different high-traffic keywords. Can we get this like yesterday? That's something new to me. Are you aware of needing to give a consent letter for YouTube?
Well, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so, I've been asked a lot of questions, not just that one in specific, but other stuff that people are wanting to connect with us, like pixels for tracking, so on and so forth. But really, before we're going to say that we're going to bless anybody's content or do written notices, we got to get our compliance department settled up. And so at this time, until we have our compliance department really set forth and put together, we're not going to do anything that allows anybody, or do anything extra, I should say, at this time, where we're putting our name on something and saying that we vouch for something, and then have somebody go say the wrong thing that causes us problems. So that's something that the compliance department's going to have to look at, and we're constructing that department as we speak. So.
Absolutely. And then to add to that, Dee, those needs that you're asking for right there will be met with your sales funnel. Okay, you'll be able to put a link on your social network right to your sales funnel where all the videos will be hosted. You can do that now even. Okay, the videos are on your replicated page. Just drive traffic over to your replicated page. So hopefully that helps somewhat. Okay, next question.
I've got, does the unilevel pay fall in the 4 weeks delay scenario before it is paid out also? So I guess we're still trying to get some clarity there, Ron. The answer is no. You want to do the full disclosure again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading a question. Ask that one more time.
Does the unilevel pay fall in the 4-week delay scenario before it is paid out?
No, not at all. You guys, come on, listen. When we're going through these, try and take some notes on this stuff. Okay, the unilevel can literally pay out within days. Okay, if you sign somebody up Tuesday at 11:58 p.m. Pacific, they're going to pay you that Friday. Okay, you're 1 minute before that cutoff. The cutoff for commissions is 11:59 p.m. Pacific on Tuesdays to be paid out that Friday. The unilevel is the money that gets paid up front. That's in your first month, everybody's first month, and then it continues to pay as you bring on new people. Your monthly residual is the matrix. That's the only thing that's delayed is the matrix and the check match. Okay, the unilevel is the upfront, quick, fast. I hate using the term. Compliance-wise, they don't really like it, but it's the fast start money. Okay, it's the fast cash in your pocket. That's the unilevel. So, anyways, that's what the unilevel is. Does that answer that question?
Yeah, we're getting paid fast. No, there is no 4-week delay. You could what's the cutoff again? You have till 11:59 on a Tuesday. Any brand new associate that's joined your unilevel by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Tuesday, you're going to get paid on Friday.
Absolutely, yes. So
just not Friday 4 weeks from now, not Friday 2 weeks from now, not Friday. So if you're sitting down on a Tuesday night and some guy signs up, you just enrolled someone into the university and they just paid their $149. You're making $50 on Friday.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Not Friday 2 weeks from now. This Friday.
Yes. Now, if you miss the Tuesday cutoff, it'll be the following Friday.
Right.
But anything up till Tuesday gets paid that same Friday. Yes, that's the fast start. That's the upfront money in your pocket right away. You get 3 people before Tuesday. you got your whole 150 back. You could literally put $149 out Tuesday morning, and by Friday you got it all back in your pocket and profit too. So, yeah, so that's there for you guys. That's why we did that. That's why we went to the unilevel, is to put money in your pocket now instead of 5 weeks from now.
Okay, now let's add on that, and the timing on this question was perfect. Does the unilevel pay show in your back office as soon as the sale is made? The answer is no. You want to cover that, Ron?
Yeah, I worked with the programmers on this. If we were to show those commissions, guys, it would have to be estimated commissions, right? So rather than doing that, we'll run the reports, and you'll see your commissions Friday morning, all right? And then we'll pay out by the end of Friday. But the whole thing is, people still have the ability to cancel. Maybe a payment doesn't clear, whatever the case may be. So rather than showing your commission to you immediately, it'll be shown every Friday.
Right, because we also have that other component in there. Now, I mean, think about this. You've got an affiliate who signed up another affiliate, who signed up another affiliate, who signed up an associate. Okay, and we're not sure where that unilevel commission is going to go yet, are we?
No, you're right.
Because there's going to be some messaging that goes out to all of those affiliates saying, hey, you just had somebody down beneath you that just upgraded to an associate, and if you don't upgrade by Monday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or maybe it's Thursday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you don't upgrade by then, you're going to lose the commission. So that messaging goes out to only help you build your organization, and how many of those affiliates upgrade? It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be none, and maybe you make the 50, but maybe you make a lot more than that because all of those affiliates start upgrading because somebody below them did. So we can't show you the unilevel commission in real time because we're not sure where that commission is going to go until we've given that time frame of allowing other affiliates to upgrade. Did that make sense, Ron?
Yes, it does. Yep,
okay,
absolutely. Because there's compression on the unilevel too, guys. So I don't want to get real deep into compression. That can confuse some people on the line, but yeah, so that's what Mike is referring to, is we just don't know who's going to be getting the 10, the 5, and the 3s, and so on and so forth until we actually run the commission for the week. There's a question here from Alan. Will we still receive varying percentages of personally purchased advertising from our downline up to 9 levels? Did I read that wrong? Let me see. Will we still receive varying percentages? Mike, why don't you answer that one there?
The answer is yes, because that sounds like a very old question because we're not into advertising, even promoting advertising right now. But yes, there is still a commission structure in place to pay for advertising sales when the advertising model comes back. But our social network is going to grow up first before we even bring that component back in. But yes, that's all still in play. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm reading one here from Susan. I'm assuming, Susan, you're must be a Aussie. She says, bloody hell, you have beat this unilevel like a dead horse, LOL. So it's I love that. I love character there. So yeah, we did, Susan, but there's a lot of people that haven't been involved in something like this before. So we try and get all these questions answered for folks. So
and I just want to let Glenn know, because we're looping back through you guys, and I guess this came through 7 minutes ago, and I think we just covered all of it. But Glenn, I think we just answered why you're not seeing commissions in your back office yet. There is a 4-week delay on the weekly matrix earnings. So again, you're not going to see that earning until it's posted. It's not going to be posted until Friday, and the Friday activity that gets posted will be July. You're going to make me do this now. July 5th to July 11th. So if you have any commissions that came to you from weekly matrix, again, you're going to see that in your back office this next Friday. But that again will be from July 11th or July 5th to July 11th. That Saturday, July 5th to Friday, July 11th. Now, when we roll to the new back office, I'm telling you, things are going to change a lot. So hang in there, you guys. We'll be very transparent with all these commissions, but I think we hit the rest of them. Some of those commissions we can't show you because we don't know who to pay until we've given people a chance to upgrade.
Mike, I'm going to throw a question at you here. It says, are all paid associates still entitled to a part of a 25% share of the corporate advertising purchases? I have no idea what that means.
Okay. I'll just throw a real quick one out there. We'll get an email out in the next couple of days for an Elite Founder call, and we'll cover all those topics there, you guys.
Okay, if that's what that was referring to. I'll answer the way I would have understood it is the percentage. So let's, because I think this needs to be talked about here as well, that on the e-commerce commissions, guys, I mean, maybe that wasn't even what the question was about, but this is what it triggered in my mind. E-commerce commissions, it's not 10% of the retail purchase price, okay? It is, you know, if you go through the different 9 generations of commission, those commissions are based on what the commission was paid to the company. Our commissions over here at Leafit are anywhere from 4% to 50%. Okay, so if you're getting a 10% commission, it's 10% of that 4% to 50%. It's not of the overall item. So if a pair of shoes sold for $100, you're not getting 10% of that, so $10. It would be of the commission that we receive.
Okay, let's go to miscellaneous because I think this one fits right in, and I love this. And we're going to run. We've been here an hour and 36 minutes. I'm okay on time, but I know some people have to be getting a little bit tired. But I think this one's perfect. It's a miscellaneous. It's category 4D. Here we go. What is your advice when someone says no thanks, it's a scam, or it's a pyramid scam, or if someone says, quote, nothing is free, if you make money or anything substantial, you always have to pay a fee. Now, all I can tell you, Crystal, is we're changing the norm, okay? When they say no thanks, you might be trying to sell them something they don't want. I promise you, all of the message coming from the company, when this mobile application hits the iTunes store and it's out there and it's viral, it is going to be to your friends, to your family, to the people that would have this kind of an opinion that it is free. Join my social network and prove it to yourself. Join for free. I don't need your credit card. I don't need your bank statements. All it is a first name, last name, email address. Okay, create your own username, create your own password, kind of like you did with Facebook. Join the social space for free, create a Leaf, and watch what happens. We're going to be put in a position to be able to prove to people that we are changing the norm, that you can actually go in and attach yourself inside of this social network, create a Leaf, and get paid. Now, is that a scam? I don't know. It sounds pretty real to me. Is it a pyramid scam? I don't know. It's paying, and scam, it's free. Okay, and a person can do that for free forever. And when we start talking about gamification, I don't know if Lawrence wants to bring that up tonight, but we start talking about gamification and what that's going to do to the free subscriber. We are going to be the first company that actually allows someone to never pay a dime and actually be able to build a huge social network and put themselves in a position to earn from that whole entire network. It is going to be industry changing, but you know what? Some people are still going to have that opinion. You just turn around and you walk the other way, okay? Just turn around and walk the other way, because what we're doing is so real, so new, so different. You're still going to have those that don't believe you, but we're making it very easy for them to believe it. Sign up for free and go play with it, and you'll see that you are putting yourself in a position to earn a commission for free. I think that was Lawrence. Lawrence, you chiming in?
Yeah, just real quick, and you know, that's why I said what I said earlier, guys, is it's all about how you present our company to people, is how people are going to perceive who we are. And everybody has heard the sales pitch, hey, get in this deal, you're going to make a bunch of money, or whatever all the pitches are in all the different MLM companies. But truly, this is a free product. And that's how you want to introduce it to everybody on a first-time basis. Unless you're talking to, you know, somebody who's a network marketer, then you want to introduce it just as a free product and let them love the product. And then you show them the business, because we present that for you. You show them that business, but you don't try to force it down them. You just show it to them. But you say it's always optional. It's never required. See, if you lead and try to lead with the business, that's going to run off a lot of people who would have loved to have used just the product for free. So it's very important, especially when you're publicly marketing, and that's something that obviously our compliance department will start to look at as we get that set up. But it's very important that, you know, when you're publicly talking about Leafit and trying to, you know, refer, you know, or get users to join, that you lead with the free product. Because what you want for long-term stability for your growth and your network, and what we want for long-term growth and sustainability for this company, is a large free user base, because they're the ones that aren't there for a purpose of making money. They might be a few bucks, but they're there because they enjoy the user experience, and they make a few bucks. And then the people that want to gamify that, like Mike was saying, and how a free user can expand their earning without spending any money. And we want the message to be out there for both. Like a lot of people ask, well, this is a network marketing company. Well, what we are is we're a social network that has affiliate marketing and network marketing as our business models. So we're not just one or the other, we're both. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to get their mind around, but that's who we are, and that's how we need to be projected to others, especially if you're talking, to the public. So I just wanted to throw that in there, Mike, because that'll help people. If you lead with the product to people you don't know or people you know, you're going to have a lot more success. Once they love the product, then you can introduce a business, but you don't force it to them.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, I've got 3 quick ones I want to rip off here. Okay, for one from Diane, will the university part be up again soon? Yeah, Diane, we had that tested out and everything, and it was doing good up until we until we took it live. And then some of the different modules. That's a very, very extensive platform that we have there. Lots of videos. You've got quizzes, and you could be watching a video and you jump out of it 5 minutes into it and jump into another one. Jump out of that 2 minutes into it and jump into another one. It's tracking all of that for you. And so it's a very extensive platform there. But anyway, so some of the calls on it, the API calls, had some issues on those videos. So we are fixing that. Yes, we are expecting that up before the end of this week. Okay. So literally, as I see somebody answered, literally days away. I just want to expand on that a little bit there for you. That is one of the top priorities right now being addressed. So that is coming back up. Another one says, do you have to be 18 to be an affiliate? To be a user with Leafit, we've got users of all ages. To be an associate that's going to be under a contract earning income with us, you have to be, here's how it works. You can have, for each legal adult or legal entity, okay? In today's world, there's a lot of great entrepreneurs that are under 18 years old. A lot of multi-million-dollar companies are owned by people under the age of 18, especially in the online businesses. They are able to contract with businesses because they have a legal entity. Okay, so we are, if you're U.S. based, we're looking for some kind of a tax ID because we are required by law to collect that. But you can be involved with us as a legal adult or legal entity. Okay, let me see. I've got another one here, Chris. Chris. Okay, so this is back to the spillover. I wasn't calling you the weak link. That's funny. That's hilarious, actually.
Good going, Ron.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm going to put it like this, okay, because we're going to do these calls every week with you guys. You guys are going to get to know us and really well through all this. I got to tell you, though, Chris, there's some things that we'll sugarcoat, and then there's other things that are just very cancerous to your business. And so when I answer something very point blank like that, it's just because I don't want you to go anywhere around that, okay? It's not healthy for your business. So that's why I answered it like that. I'm not calling you the weak link by any means. That is hilarious. So anyways, that's why I answered that point blank, is I just need everybody to understand, don't even get in that mindset. So that's all. Let's see. Mike, do you have one? How are we doing on time?
I'm working towards the bottom of the list, and I'm still trying to get back to some miscellaneous stuff. Can you create a leaf yet? Yes. Yes, if you're a beta tester, you absolutely can create a leaf. It is functioning. We've attached retail to leaves, and I personally have made purchases. I know other people that have done the same. The retail stream works. It's all there. It's all in place. Yes, yes, and yes. You can create a leaf, and it generates sales.
Okay, guys. We're going to take 2 more questions. I hate to do this to everybody. A lot of great questions. We've answered hundreds of questions here tonight, both written and verbal. So I appreciate having Lawrence on here this evening. Mike and Paul, thank you so much for coming out. We're going to take 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap this call up. If this recording gets any bigger, I don't think we'll be able to host it anyway. So let's grab 2 more questions. Paul, you've been in the background for a while. You got one that you want to pull forward? Okay, I might have put Paul
Sorry, Rob, I was just typing away there. This has been an amazing event, man. This Q&A, I think it's been fantastic, and we've been able to answer a lot of questions. So I've just been feeling blessed by the whole deal. Thanks for the opportunity, eh?
Anytime, anytime. If you'd like to be back on here with us again next week, it's totally up to your schedule. I'm sure everybody that you've answered your questions for have really appreciated it. I know you got a large team out there on the other side of the world from us. Where's the bulk of your team from, Paul?
That's interesting. I have less people in Australia than I do in America and Europe. So I think it's an international opportunity.
That's awesome.
So it's not just a local. But I am looking forward to having the app live so I can talk to my local businesses and help them understand that they can give away something better than a loyalty card, because this goes local, but it also goes global. So that's what my plan is to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, you know, like Paul just stated, this is a global business. And I stated a few weeks ago on one of the calls that if you start talking with folks, you'll be surprised how quickly your business is going to branch out. And I remember back a couple years ago, I was building a company, and literally within 4 months, I was in 150 countries. And did I know people personally in each one of those countries? I didn't. Okay, but you start to really get a great business model like what we have here, and you start talking about it, and it goes viral. I mean, we're going viral. We're going viral right now. Okay, we are viral, I guess, as Mike Green says. We are viral. Okay, so it's up to you to just start putting the word out there and watch what happens. How many countries you're going to end up in literally overnight? You can start seeing other countries popping up in your genealogy. So, Mike, do you have a question that you want to answer? And let's just take two, and we'll be done here.
You know, I'm reading more statements coming from people like Martin that it's now, I don't know, 3 or maybe even close to 4 o'clock in the morning, and Martin says the product sells and sells itself. People will join for free and then discover how awesome it is, and then naturally progress. The natural progression will follow, which is, you know, they'll upgrade to an associate, or they'll use gamification and make a whole bunch of money, you know, off of building a social network. Guys, I want to get away from this scammy thought of, you know, okay, are you just another one of those companies that's saying, oh, look at how easy we've made it. Guys, this is not, I don't want to make it sound over easy, but it's a heck of a lot easier than selling, and no offense to the juices or the health supplements or the makeup or any other product out there in this type of a business model. But guys, all we have to do, and I've seen this for a year and over a year and a half now, all we have to do is help build a social network. Help build a social network. Aren't those free? Yes, they are, and so is ours. And the only thing we've done different is inside of that social space, we've built this application that allows people to monetize a picture. There's no scam there. There's no trickery. There's no you know, compliance issue. We're simply teaching people how to post a picture with a tagged retail item to it that helps our social network go viral even faster. We're doing something different, something that no one has ever done before inside of social space. And with our patent, nobody else is going to be able to do it. This isn't scammy. This isn't, I mean, there's nothing scammy about that, Phil. We're simply going to reward people for helping us build a social network. Don't you wish Mark Zuckerberg would have done the same, and you would have been at Stanford when he was, you know, Harvard when he was building his social network, and heard the message from Mark himself saying, hey, tell you what, I really need to build this social network. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me pay you $1 for every person you get to join our social network, and $1 for everyone they get, and $1 everyone they get, 9 generations deep. Can you imagine how wealthy you would be today? He didn't make that offer, but Lawrence Sowell and this company is making that offer. Just go out and help build a social network. Stop trying to sell anything. Join my social network for free. Tag a picture with the retail item and you might make a commission. Tag a whole bunch of pictures and you might make a whole bunch of commissions. Build your social network vast and big as you want, as big as you can. And is that an easy job? I think it's a heck of a lot easier than doing anything else I've ever done, but it'll still take some work. If you want to attach 1 million or 2 or 10 or 100 million people to you inside of that 9 levels, you're going to need to get out and hoof it. You're going to need to talk to somebody. You're not going to be able to sit in your pajamas in the basement, you know, and just have people gravitate to you. You're going to have to go into motion, but that motion has never been easier. So thank you, Martin, for your words. It is absolutely true. The product will sell itself. People join a social space. They learn how easy it is to create a leaf. They start making a few commissions. They share that with a friend, and there goes their network. It explodes. Put some energy into that and make that social network as big as you possibly can, and I think you'll shock yourself 5 years from now, we'll be looking back going, oh my gosh, they thought this was a scam. It's the best thing since sliced bread. That's all I got, Ron. I'm out of gas.
Okay, I got two quick things I'm going to address. One is from Ara Enriquez. Do we have a reference for the 19,000 retailers that we were talking about? Actually, 19,000 is quite a few retailers to list. I did speak with Lawrence about that, and we are going to find some way to be able to list those to you guys, so that way you can do like a search feature. That takes some programming. Our programmers are just, I mean, non-stop working right now, pulling overtime and everything to get this all where it needs to be. So as far as listing all the retailers, yes, we have that list. We've got to find a good way to put that in some kind of a searchable category for you guys. So you can go through the app. I mean, it's just pretty much anything that you're looking for. We put some you know, that banner on the website that lists some of the big retailers that we have. I mean, that's just a small fraction of them, obviously, but we'll look and see what we can do about that. Another one I want to address here just real quick is from a personal friend of mine, actually, Doc. You're saying, great job, guys, in the future. Can we try and keep it to 1 hour? I'm going to state this, okay? What we want to do is we want to be available to you guys, all right? And we've been on here almost 2 hours. I hadn't seen my wife and kids for almost 5 weeks. I just got here last night. If you guys need our time and you need questions answered so that you can go out and build your business, we want to make ourselves available to you. And Doc, I know you know me well, and where my heart is to you know, to give. And so I appreciate that, and you know, we will get to a structure where this is 1 hour, but right now, being our first call, we wanted to give ourselves to you guys and make ourselves available. So appreciate you being sensitive to the time there, Doc, and we will work in that direction. Lawrence, do you want to address the folks in the field or answer any last question? I might have just put you on the spot there. Are you still on with us, Lawrence? Okay. Well, it's been a long call for everybody. I want to thank you guys for spending this time with us. We will take this recording and get it put into the back office, and that's a wrap. So Paul, Mike, Lawrence, thank you guys for coming out here, and thank you guys for all the wonderful questions that have come in here tonight. If your questions did not get answered, write them down and join us next week, next Wednesday, exact same time, exact same place. Have a good night, guys.
Bye for now.